It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Trains and Tech. Tonight on the show, I am going to talk about something in which I am severely lacking. I know people have seen my stream before, and I know every time you watch, everyone out there says, wow, I cannot believe how lacking he is in this one particular area. So I knew I was going to get some jokes right off the back, but I didn't think it was going to go there. Volume sounds robot. And everybody else having that issue as well? No, I wasn't talking about my hair. Oh, no. Why am I having audio issues already? Let's take a look and see what it could be. This is, oh wait, here, let's go here. Oh, is that highlighted? Alright, that's highlighted. That's highlighted. Alright, so that's going to be completely echoey. That is supposed to be normal. I don't know. Oh, I think I know. I know what's going on. That should be better. I thought I did something that would have solved that, but apparently I didn't. It should be fixed now. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so in addition to the areas in which I am severely lacking, I did a little bit of work on my setup. There's actually a microphone that is added right here below. I've been using that for Discord hangouts, get-togethers, stuff like that. We've been hanging out on Discord on like at night. People have been jumping on Discord, just hanging out, modeling, doing our thing. So I added this extra mic so I didn't have to wear the lav, and it looked like we had two things going on. No, not doing operations tonight. Hopefully one day though. Hopefully one day. So yeah, so I had two mics going, and that's why it was sounding a little weird, is because both mics were picking me up. I thought I had turned off the one mic, but I don't know. It was doing its thing, so things were getting messed up. I also changed things around a little bit. If you notice during this opening right now, there's now a little scroll on the bottom. I'm gonna try something this. I'm gonna try something this stream, and that is that instead of doing like an intermission style stop the stream and like change the topic and play my little video and then jump back into it, what I'm attempting to do is during the opening here, when people hit the thumbs up, you can see the little thumbs up thank you pops up. In addition to that, I've got the little scroll on the bottom for the what do you want to call it? Like manufacturer type of things, showing the discount code and whatever. So we're getting that in right at the top. You just saw the slides come through. Now you're seeing that. So I've got a little surprise that we'll get to a little bit later, how I'm going to do the thank yous to all of the members. We're going to try something different. We're going to see if it's going to work. It might work. Yeah, there's a little promo code. If you read the bottom there, as it goes by, it says use the, it's called discount code. Use the discount code, HUMAN, and you can use it at the three sponsors, Iron Planet Hobbies, Mini Prints, or PTF Designs, and you get a discount. I think it's a good surprise. I tested it about 20 times before the show, which means the chances of it actually going successfully is probably very, very low, but I thought we should give it a try anyway. I'm trying to elevate things. Let's get right into why I'm trying to elevate. Well, I don't know that they're related, but I'm gonna say that they're related. What I am doing is the New Year's coming up. And starting in January of 2023, I made the decision to move my stream from Monday night to Tuesday night. And I did that because I wanted to switch from Monday night to Tuesday night for various reasons. What I didn't know at the time was that Athern was also going to decide to stream on Tuesday nights at the same time. Plus, there's a lot of reasons and whatnot going on and whatnot and so forth. So what I've decided to do for 2024, so all through December, same time, same place, same bat channel, but in 2024, we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. So it'll kind of be after Cab Crew Wednesday, although they sometimes go a couple hours. It'll be after, like Bernard does his stream Wednesday night, John from TSG Multimedia does a stream on Wednesday night. So there's there are a bunch of other streams going on Wednesday night. But in 2024, Wednesday night's going to work better for me. We're going to do it a little bit later, which I know isn't great for, jeez, Cameron. So while I do understand that certain people like Anthony are going to be in bed by 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. I'm a night person. I like the night streams. So yes. Yes, Andy, that is why Dan says I'm available on Tuesday. So Mini Princess tomorrow at 7. They do their streams the first Wednesday. But yeah, so Wednesday at 9 o'clock, not midnight, 2 a.m. GMT. Yeah, so it is later for people in the UK. since I've been doing these streams, unfortunately, even at my current time, 8 p.m. Eastern, it is not great for that. I do get the AML Zoom chats are also on Wednesdays. They're all day Wednesday, though, is my understanding. I haven't been on an AML chat in a while. My understanding is they're still like 3 in the afternoon to 10 at night. So I'm on at 9. You know, it gives people options. There are other things going on Wednesday nights. I get it. A big reason I'm switching is that I just joined a model railroad club. The model railroad club is called the Model Railroad Club. It is in Union, New Jersey, and they do their op sessions on Tuesday nights. And I don't think I'll get down there that often, but I do want to have my Tuesdays available should I be able to get down there for that. So yes, it is absolutely impossible to please everyone. We'll see. I mean, it looks like I've got 46 people watching now. Who knows? I switched to Wednesday. It could either go down to 0 or it could go up to 48, you know, and yeah, should we just talk about what I'm severely lacking in? Because oh man, Austin, I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's not called the Knuckle Draggers. Heath could do a 24/7 rail cam when he's up and running. I could. Thank you, Tammy and Ray. Appreciate it. What's this thing I'm lacking in? I don't know. It's going to work out great. There is one person that has confidence. I appreciate it. Austin, I totally get it. Our dog is 12 years old right now, which is pretty old for a pit mix, but she is still doing pretty well. But we are counting our blessings and counting our days that we have with her. I call her the train inspector, if you don't know, which is why it says, do not hump by order of the train inspector, because, you know, I like honoring her. She's been down here a little bit more with me now that I've cleaned up the space a little bit more. But, yeah, you don't like anything but count. You don't like, I'm not sure. I don't understand. James says he won't run away. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, lacking, yes. I think I'm lacking in it at least. We're gonna improve my situation tonight by remedying a piece of what I am lacking in. So let's get back to it. What I think is the best way to show what I'm lacking in is by starting off, we'll count all of the cameras that I have in the space. And I think once I kind of go through and count all the cameras, it'll be very obvious to everybody why I am lacking in cameras and why I severely need to adapt and change my situation. So let's get started on the counting. And David or Dragon Ball from DB Tech, keep an eye as we go through the cameras. You might see a train running. Maybe. Let's check it out though. So we'll start off. This is camera 1. This is the main face camera. We've got camera 2, which is the wide view, also from the same position. Camera 3 is a camera from the other side of the room. So if I back up here, you can see that camera. And let's actually turn on a few more lights so maybe we can see from that camera just a little bit better. So that's what? That's three cameras we're up to. And if you look closely, I think somebody has already noticed it. You can make it out in camera 3, I think. Is it as it goes around, running on the subway track. I've got an FD70 Ace because you know that's what's going to run on the subway track. No, it's not. It's just what I had out. It's what I know works. I also wanted to test this curve over here is pretty tight. I wanted to test this curve over here, make sure that 6-axle locomotive was going to make it around it, because then I know pretty much anything that I put on there is going to run successfully. But this whole area is going to get closed off. So that's one of the things we're going to fix today, or at least work on fixing. So what's that? So that's number 3. Camera 4 is this camera right here. This is a camera that is right now just my iPad pointing down at the desk. As we get to setting up more cameras, I'll do it right here on the desk using this camera as well. I think it's like a 9-inch, it's either a 9 or a 9.5-inch radius. I forget exactly what it is. They don't use SD70 Aces for work trains, aren't they? They'd be like SD40s or 38s or something. But that looks like a fire happened. No, so I've been working on the wiring on the layout. This is the piece that goes in, and I just gave myself a splinter when I did that. This is the piece that goes in the corner way down there at the end. This is the bottom of it. It was originally painted this color, which is the same as this color, but then I spray painted it brown, and then I sanded some of it off, so it does kind of look like it caught on fire, but it's not on fire. This color is very intentionally this color. Got the one switch machine mounted on here. So I'm working on the wiring. I got all the switch machines mounted. I need to start getting the DCC wiring and all that stuff wrapped up. So that's just what's just sitting here. Yeah, see, I knew they weren't SD70 Aces. DB Tech, I'm not sure what it is. It is Kato Unitrack. I think it's 218 millimeters. So if you convert 218, you'll figure it out. I'm not doing that pull-out drawer anymore. When I decided to go single deck instead of multi-deck, I decided against that, doing that. So wait, let's see. So how many cameras do I have so far? We have 1. We've got 2, which is the wider view. We got 3 this side over there. We got this one here. And then we're going to get into the layout cameras. Camera 1 is the near corner to where I'm standing. And then we just sort of bounce our way around. Camera 3 looks back towards camera 1. Here's camera 4. Camera 5 is that pan and tilt camera that will follow me around. And I'm saying 5, but it's 5 plus the original 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So this is actually camera 9. This is camera 10. This is camera 11. This is camera 12. Camera 13. Camera 14. So camera 14 is this guy right here. It's pointing back towards the layout. It's kind of above Manhattanville, pointing back in the other direction. And then I've got one camera down here. And what I'm going to work on today, because it's obvious, right? I mean, everybody's kind of like, you're looking, and I just went through all the cameras, and I know what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying, Heath, you don't have enough cameras. It is so obvious when you step through all of the cameras that you are missing some camera angles, and you need to correct this immediately, because I mean, like, you're just lacking. And I understand I'm lacking. I understand it. We are going to fix it. So what I'm using to control the cameras is all the cameras are going into OBS, and I have created various scenes in OBS, and all I'm doing is I'm using a Stream Deck. Currently it's mounted right here. I kind of want to move it and mount it up here, but right now I'm switching all the cameras on the Stream Deck. I can I can use whatever. One of the things I will likely do is I am having this idea for an op session. Haven't worked out all the details yet, but the idea for the op session is that there will be a conductor here in the space. The conductor in the space will throw the turnouts. The conductor will deal with the car cards. They'll basically do the things that conductors do. And on radio, they will have a line to the engineer, and the engineer will be in the locomotive driving the locomotive. And these cameras, I will set it up so that you can access the cameras via a web page and click through the cameras, so you can select your own view. All the cameras are numbered, so the conductor can say, log into camera 6, you'll be able to see your move. But the conductor will control the train movements, not the engineer. So the idea being is that every locomotive will have a team, one local conductor and one remote engineer. And I don't know, I thought that might be interesting. I don't know. Not enough cameras will figure that out. You can't get one to work in my train room. So these cameras that I have up here, so except for the first 4 cameras, all of these other cameras that I've showed are $25 cameras. They are Eufy C120 cameras. Sometimes you can get them refurbished for $25, which is what I've mostly done. You can also get them right now. They're on sale for $28. And they connect via Wi-Fi to my system. There are some limitations, like the frame rate's not great. You can see it's a little steppy. It's not perfect, but for what I'm using them for, I think they work just fine. Where are we failing to communicate? Heath, are most of your cameras hardwired? No. So the cameras that are hardwired, and it's probably pretty obvious just because of the quality, but this camera is hardwired, this camera is hardwired, and this camera is hardwired. These 3 are all HDMI cameras. This camera is connected via NDI, which is a video streaming protocol from NewTek. And I'm looking up those cameras if anybody wants the link. Get them though, they'll probably go out of stock pretty quickly would be my guess, but let's see if I can get this into the chat somehow. EUFY C120 camera. So that's the camera that I'm using for the majority. So this is an iPad with NDI, but all of these layout cameras, like this camera here that's following me around, this is also a Eufy camera, but it's a pan and tilt camera, and it's being a little crazy. But it's connected via RTSP, so they're hardwired via USB for power, but they're not. Oh, did you see that? I moved my hand and it went to my hand because that was the last thing that moved. But yeah, all of these cameras are just connected via Wi-Fi. Here's the camera. Let's take a look though. As I said, severely lacking in the number of cameras. What I want to do, I have a camera set up on this side here, so as the train's coming back, you can see it. Because remember, this area is going to be closed up. So once this is closed up, you won't be able to see in here. So I thought it would be kind of fun to have cameras inside here so that you can, you know, see the train go by back and forth. So I've got a camera on this side over here, but not on this side. So we'll get that camera going tonight. Yeah, it's not, it's a little thing. The subway is not a bump and go. It's something called the Motorman by Iowa Scaled Engineering. I talk about it constantly because I think while the proto throttle is quite the invention, I think that the Motorman is just a fantastic device. So the Motorman is what is doing the train movement, the back and forth. You probably can't see it, but there's actually kind of a cable running right through the middle of the room because the cables weren't long enough, and I kind of set it up. Am I a night owl? 100%. 100% I am. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. I don't know, why am I talking so loud? Shh, Heath, be quiet. You're talking too loud. So here is the box for the camera. That is the C120, which is the static camera. This is the pan and tilt camera. The pan and tilt camera is $35. This is $28. You can't have, I don't know about that. I just saw the question, can you use these cameras with StreamYard? I don't think so. I don't know though. I don't think that StreamYard allows RTSP cameras. So it would be a little, could you get them in? Yes. They're $42. They're not 42. I just looked. I'm looking at it right now. It says $28.99. What are you looking at? Oh, that didn't work. $28.99. Oh, why are you doing that to me? Apparently I'm having trouble. I clicked on your link. Oh. They are not USB cameras. These are connected over a protocol called RTSP. I wonder if it's the area you're in. Because Thomas is saying 28. So do a search for Eufy C120. Make sure you're getting the other price. They were like $50 a piece. I started getting them when you could get them for $25. My theory was I could get a single GoPro for $400. And it's got some nice features, don't get me wrong. But for $25, I'm able to get more cameras. So will I come over and hook them up? Absolutely. If you pay for my trip, I will absolutely come over and set them up. Let's go back here. Oh, I see what happened. But anyway, yes, I have cameras with USB connectors, and it's difficult. So here's the thing that you're always going to have to deal with, and that is bandwidth. I had originally set this up where I was bringing 8 of these cameras into OBS at once, and that was just creating way too much bandwidth and completely choking my computer up, and it became pretty much unusable. But as long as you're only bringing in 1, maybe 2 cameras into OBS at a time, it shouldn't really be an issue. Same thing with USB, right? A USB port has a limitation on bandwidth. So if you have nicer if you have nicer cameras, right, like 4K 60 USB webcams, they're going to take up more bandwidth, so you won't be able to bring as many cameras in or not. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly why my link is different for some or others, but oh, that could be. It could be a Prime thing. It could be a location thing. Our monitors for they're not. I have folding chairs over here. When I'm sitting at the folding chair, these monitors are actually at the right height to work. So that's what those are there for, is for like video editing and stuff like this. But yeah, obviously, as you can see, I've got a bunch of monitors. Let's see. I'm trying to get the camera to tilt up. Oh, that didn't work. I tried. But yeah, so look around, keep an eye out, uh, do a search, and you should be able to purchase them for $24 refurbished, or $28 is the current new price. So try not to pay full price, but it is what it is. This is not an unboxing. I'm not going to take 6 hours to unbox this, although I do need to find where I put my knife because it is sealed. I also rearranged all of my storage behind me. I am trying to get more and more organized as I clean things up, and it's only moderately working. So these are the items that we need out of here. I'm not going to use this right now, but I do save those because sometimes I need them. But we're going to use this, and we are going to plug this in. I've got a power strip here just off camera that I'm connecting via USB. When you get them refurbished, some of them come with a little plastic piece over the lens. Some don't. I don't know why. I don't really care. For 25 bucks, I don't care. When I plug this in, we'll see some LEDs light up. Come on. There we go. So you can see there's a little LED that comes on. And the next, oh, maybe you can't see there you go. Can you see the LED? There we go. That might work. These are not Mevos. These are not Mevos. These are definitely different. Yeah, so Mevos, the way a Mevo works is they connect to your phone, and then your phone streams them up to YouTube. The way these work is these create an RTSP feed, which I then bring into OBS, and then I stream out of OBS. The Mevos do not have RTSP, so you can't bring the Mevos into OBS. There is another version similar-ish to the Mevo. It's got the same sensor, same lens and everything, called eMeet, E-M-E-E-T. They also make those like 3-camera sets and all that kind of stuff. So you can bring those into OBS over RTSP as well. But let's see. So I'm going to come here. So this is the Eufy app, and it's got so far all my cameras. And as everyone can see, I am severely lacking in the number of cameras that I currently have connected. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click add. It says it's a wired camera, but it's not a wired camera. I don't know why it says it's a wired camera, but here it is here, indoor camera. I'm adding it to what I call the studio because I call this the studio. Plug in the device, wait till the light turns blue. It's blue. Click next. And what you're going to do is do the old scanneroo of the Sometimes harder than, come on, there we go. So I just scanned it. It takes me to the next step. You push the sync button on the back. There's a little button right here. You just hold it for 2 seconds. These are Wi-Fi cameras, Russ. So once they beep, you click her to beep. Yeah, absolutely Wi-Fi cameras. Yeah, Jub, man, get a few more cameras. Like, you do not want to be lacking. You don't want to be lacking in cameras. That is for sure. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to enter my Wi-Fi password, and I'm going to do that off camera because as much as I like doxing myself and have done so previously, I am trying to avoid doing that in the future. So now it says connecting to the Wi-Fi network, and it takes a little bit, but it goes through and it just said setup successful. So we're going to go in here and click next. I'm going to customize this. I am calling this Subway Camera 2, also called Subway South. I think I'll probably call it Subway South just for fun. So I type in the name Subway South. I hit confirm. It says Subway South next. Not going to worry about this page. I'm not using anything on this page. I come here, audio settings. I turn off all of the audio on these cameras. These cameras have both microphones. They have the ability to do audio recording, and they also have speakers. I don't need any of that, so I turn that all off along the way. I do not have a micro SD card inside the camera. You could put a micro SD card in here, record directly to the cameras. I don't do it that way. Update available. So we're going to update. It says it could take up to 10 minutes. This is a little bit like watching paint dry, and I know how much everybody loves watching paint dry. It is true. This room is definitely over-cameraed. Over-cameraed? Is that a word? This room has a lot of cameras. My theory, this has to do with my interest in sharing model railroading. I really enjoy operations, and I live in an area where there are people I can go operate on, but I do know that there are a lot of people that don't have that space. I come from the AV world, so I just find it fun. I enjoy the camera, part of things. That camera, I may need to remount it. So I decided to set it up because it's kind of what I wanted to do. What is a word now? Yeah, you can break things when you get into it. You're supposed to set static IPs for all these cameras. I haven't done it yet. So once I over-camered, once I get these kind of all set, I will set static IPs so that things are a little more consistent and whatnot. So it's funny that you mention OnlyFans, and I know you're mentioning it as a joke, but I did find out, or I did hear about, there is a magician that posts his videos on OnlyFans, and he has a huge following on OnlyFans. No nude content. He just does magic. All his videos are magic. So yeah, it's kind of oh, there you go. There are other trained channels on OnlyFans. I don't know why people are doing it. I guess I guess it's just kind of a thing now to, but who knows? Who knows? I don't understand it, but I do appreciate the people that are members, though, here on this channel. So there is that. This is the new way I decided to do things. It kind of allows me to keep talking. It rolls the scroll of all of the people that are members to the channel, which I really appreciate. So we don't get to hear the Humanity Junction theme song. It's not really a theme song, but this just allows kind of the stream to keep going and to not have this sort of big interruption. What it doesn't give me time to do is it doesn't give me time to get a sip of water. So now you have to watch me get a sip of water, which I know just isn't as fun. Of course, this still is saying it's going to take about 7 minutes. So one of the downsides of the setup, oh, now it says updated successfully. One of the downsides is you can't get through the firmware update to just set the camera up. You have to let it go through the firmware update. So if you want the anthem, yeah, player music, you will have to hang out until the end of the stream. That's just the way it is now. You get it at the beginning, you get it at the end. We're gonna just do it differently in the middle. It's just the way it is. So once the firmware updates, you click finish. We're gonna skip the mounting. I'm not gonna worry about that. Then I'm gonna go in here to the settings, and I am just going to make sure that certain things are on or certain things are off. Sound detection is off, pet command is off, but I do need to go into motion detection and turn off motion detection. It's just not something that's needed for how I'm using these cameras. Go into video settings. I'm going to turn off the watermark. Leave all the other stuff the same, streaming quality, auto. Oh, I do want to change night vision to auto. The reason I'm going to change night vision to auto is that oh geez, Jub. I'm gonna change it to auto because the once this is enclosed in, I will want it to use night mode. It does have, I believe it is 8 IR LEDs in it, and that will light up the scene under there so that we can see. So you want a night vision auto, off watermark, streaming quality auto, recording quality is full HD, but it doesn't matter because we're not recording it. So that's video settings. I do go into audio settings. The microphone should already be off from what we set earlier, but we're going to turn off the speaker because I just don't want these things making noise. We don't need any notifications. I don't know if I need to actually go through and turn all of these off, but I turn off all of the notifications. Then we're going to go into general. I've been leaving the status LED on, especially now during setup, because I found a couple times that I have moved a camera, it's accidentally come unplugged and I haven't realized it. So that allows me to just, at least for now, know that it is still connected. These will not work with the Mevo system as far as I understand it. The Mevo system is a proprietary app. It is at least the way I understand it. All right, Jeb, you're going a little too far down the rabbit hole with that. Let's rein it back in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you can go through and watch this on, on fast forward. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here. Oh, just so you know, if you're curious, if you're mounting this on the ceiling, right? So I have some of these cameras mounted on the shelf above the layout. You would rotate the image 180 and click that toggle, but because of the way I am mounting these for the subway, you don't need to do that. But what we do need to do, and this is where I'm talking about that RTSP, what the intention of RTSP is to use them with a network attached storage device so you could record to a NAS. So it says NAS RTSP, and that's the setting we're going to use. Setup guide, yes. NAS from other brands. They want you to set a static IP address. You should set a static IP address. I am not going to set a static IP address. This may or may not cause trouble. You get in, it just says blah, 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 installed surveillance station, blah, 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 blah. Enable, press enable. So you don't want it on events because if you set it to continuous recording, anytime you reach out to the URL for the camera, it'll show you what's on the camera. If you leave it on events, it just doesn't do anything. So put it on continuous recording. So it then gives you all this information, and this is just what you're gonna set up on the URL. I'm doxing myself a little bit, but I'll change this later so it won't matter. But this is the RTPS string that you are going to put into your system. So what I usually do at this point is I copy this link, and then I am going to go into my email, and I am going to email myself that that link. And the reason I am going to do that is because that's kind of the easiest way that I have found to get the link from the app into the computer. Heath, if these are not Mevos, why the Mevos are the way to go, the new craze. Yeah, Sparky, you know, I agree with you. I think, and Sparky and I discussed the Mevos off camera a little bit. The Mevos are a nice option for certain uses. To get the coverage that I want of this layout, though, I just couldn't afford the number of Mevos that I would need. I mean, what do I have? I'm gonna have 15, 16, 17 of these little cameras at 25 bucks each. Who can do the math real quick? 17 times 25 is what? Versus 17 times, you know, the price in the Mevos. It's expensive. So I am trying, and I had a hard time doing this on the other one, but there we go. So I've got it wedged in the corner here. And what I'm gonna do now is take this, and I've already got it set up, a place to plug it in. So I've just moved the camera from one location to another. But if I go to the subway scene right now, yeah, 425 if all were 25, which they were. There we go. Thank you. I should have known John would be able to do the math for me. So if you buy a single Mevo, it is $399 plus tax. If you buy a 3-pack of Mevos, they are $1,000. So you can buy 3 Mevos for $1,000, or you can buy 17 of these little cameras for $425. So the next thing I need to do, though, is I need to go to my, and of course it's messed up. Let's fix this, shall we? Let's try and fix this if I can. Bottom left display, transform, fit to screen. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to go into OBS. And I am going to turn on studio mode. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I don't turn off the screen that I'm looking at. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my Subway camera 2 scene. And did it just black out? Are you seeing blackness now? Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let's try if I do it here. If I do it here, is it going to go out? Oh, well, that's a bummer. I don't know why it's going out like that. There we go. Okay, we can do it this way. Can we? Program preview. I don't know why it's doing it, but it seems to be sending the preview out. DJI cameras for 300 each. Yeah, still too much. You can get 40. You can, Thomas, if you got $1,000. That's true. Now I'm totally dark. Now dark. Black scene. Am I dark now, or am I don't know if I'm dark or not dark. Hold on. Let's go here. Now I'm dark. Hold on. Let's see if I do this. Okay, now, Okay, now we can see it. This is, I just realized, so windowed projector preview. Oh, interesting. So it doesn't send out the program. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a video source, VLC video source. I'm going to name it, the other one that I named Eufy Subway 1. So let's create a new VLC video source. Here we're going to call it Eufy Subway 2. Eufy is the brand name, Subway is the use. It's number 2. I'm going to click OK. It's going to bring this up. Just leave all the settings as it is. Come over here, add path or URL. This is now when I am going to go back into that email that I just sent myself. I am going to copy and then paste the RTSP little string that I copied out of the app into here. And then I'm going to click OK. And now it has come up in the little corner because for some reason, I don't think it's not bringing the camera in. Why isn't it bringing the camera in? Oh, I bet you I know why. So remember I was talking about setting static IP addresses and how I wasn't going to set static IP addresses. I'm going to bet if I go back into the app, when I moved the camera, I had to power the camera down. I am going to guess that I'm going back in here, Subway South. Let's just see. Okay, so I do have the image going. I'm going to go back into the settings. I'm going to go down here to General, Storage, RTSP, and I'm going to look at this again. So the IP address is 2.115, and that is the correct one. And it's got all of the information correct. So it's not coming up. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let's see if I can't solve the issue. So if I come here, go to layout cameras, we have Subway North, right? So this is the one that was working. And then Subway South. Oh, there it is. There we go. So this is the one that I just set up. So now I've got two. I've got the one on the south side. So we'll see as the camera goes by that one. If you need help, join me on Discord. I will happily help you get this stuff set up. I do like these things, but you can see, so there it goes by on the south one, and if I switch to north, here you can see it now coming in from the north. So, you know, it's working. It's kind of fun. And now I am not as limited as I was previously, because now I've got a little bit of extra coverage. I'm changing. I'm looking at the app, changing a setting. If I go back, we're gonna try something. This is probably a bad idea, but you know, we're all into bad ideas. I'm gonna turn off the lights in here. So it just got dark over there. Let's see if I turn. Where is it? All right. So it is dark. It is dark in the room right now, but that is night vision. So that is what the cameras are going to look like. Here's the south camera. Here's the train coming into the south. So that's what the cameras look like at night when you turn the lights off. So it will work. I'll be able to see it. Yes. That is one thing I really like about the Motorman is, you know, it's not like it's hitting something on the other end. It just uses a sensor. I actually have a ramp set as well, so it just sort of ramps down, the speed ramps down as it gets there. So how am I powering all those cameras? That's a valid question. Let me get back to here. Let's turn some lights back on, and I will show you. If we go to this camera here, I have these power strips. These are Kasa, K-A-S-A. They're made by a company called TP-Link, which is a networking company, and they make these smart switches. These switches here have 5-volt, 2.4 amp USB sockets on them. So I've got these in various places around the room, and I just plug the cameras into here. I might set up a separate dedicated 5-volt bus for them, but right now they are all just plugged into these smart switches. And these these 3 switches here you can turn on and off. The USB ones aren't controllable, but all of these are on or off via like Alexa or an app, or however you want to do that. I got these same places I get everything, which is Amazon. I do think they are, if I can find my thing, let me look them up. I think they may even be on sale right now. Smart strip, I think is what they call them. Oh, that didn't work. KSA Smart Strip. There are 2 different versions. There is a 5-outlet one and a 3-outlet one. If you're gonna purchase them and you have the room, I would highly recommend just getting the bigger one. I got one of these smaller ones for a specific use case, and now I kind of wish I had another big one instead of this small one, but it is what I have at the point. So let me see. Casa Smart Strip. Here's the link to the 5 one, and the link to the 3 one should be somewhere in there as well. It does. It definitely does. Yes, exactly. Totally. Heath, our new Legacy Dreyfus Hudson arrived yesterday. I'm assuming that is your O-scale item. I use a regular strip with a single smart plug. You can do that as well. I have I have smart plugs as well. So I have smart strips. I have smart plugs. The thing that I like about the smart strip is that, as you can see in this strip, there are 3 outlets within this space. If I grab, there are smaller ones, but I can't unplug it. There we go. This, when you plug this in here, it takes up a lot more room. These are the MQTT smart switches. These are the ones that I'm going to use for items that I want to be able to turn on and off through JMRI. These other ones I just use for like when I want to turn things on and off on the layout as a whole, is what I use these smart strips for. But if you already have power strips, you can definitely get these, just these single plugs, but I find that these take up a lot less space. I also like, if you notice, the blades are up and down on this. The blades are not side to side. And what that means is that when you have wall warts and stuff like that, you can generally get wall warts all side by side on here. Whereas when you have a power strip that is turned the other way, while it works better for these, it doesn't work for wall warts. And as everybody knows, in our hobby, there are wall warts for everything. Derek, I appreciate that. I wouldn't say I'm smart. I would say that uh, I like pushing buttons, and I don't mind if things don't go right the first 20 or so times. And yeah. So these all have push buttons. They do have push buttons here. I'm turning on the white light so you can see a little better. So each of these have little push buttons that will turn on each outlet separately, so you can do that. It also does have, oh, these don't. The 5x1 also has a rocker switch on the end that you can turn on and off. Joey, I live in New York City. Even if I didn't have any of the stuff in this room, there is so much other, uh, radio frequency stuff that, I could worry about it, but yeah, I should probably worry about it. I am concerned for our generation in general. I mean, I think our generation is going to have medical issues when we're older that nobody has ever seen before. And I think that is going to be because of us growing up in this technology age. And, we'll start finding out what the side effects are from our, choices and stuff along the time. But for now, I'm enjoying it. Heath, could you plug that adapter from the UFI directly in the USB? Yes, and that's what I'm doing in most places. Is I am plugging it in directly. So yeah, I was a kid when we were doing above ground. Yeah, Mike. I mean, yes, I am. Funny you say that. It does get very warm in here at times. And that's just kind of the way it is. Kind of the way it is. It is an SD70 Ace. What I was saying is that they don't run SD70 Aces in the New York City subway. I'm just using this SD70 Ace because I wanted something long to use to test not this curve. The curve it's going around right now is a pretty gradual curve, but the curve on the other side, on this south side that I'll ping back over to in a second, that's a pretty tight curve over there. And my fear when I first put that curve in was that with this closed off, I was afraid I would get a bunch of derailments and stuff in that corner, which is partly why I wanted to put the cameras in here anyway. But if the SD70 Ace makes it around the corners, I should not have any problems with my R62A subway cars. So I do have a couple more cameras here and a couple more cameras coming. If you recall, when I went through all of the cameras, I basically worked myself around from cameras are currently set up from here around to here on the top section, and then I've got the two cameras here on the subway. Where I do not have any cameras at this point, except for the streaming specific cameras, but I don't have any layout cameras on this side of the room. So I'm planning on putting two in that corner there, and putting I think two here as well. So that should, I think, take me up to 16 of those cameras. I'm not really sure. Funny you say that. Bitcoining can be very energy intensive. And I do know people that have spaces like this where they will, fill them up with their, GPUs and do do Bitcoin mining. I'm noticing it's really bothering me that the screw on this isn't all the way in. It's not all the way down, and it's kind of bothering me. And I keep staring at it, and I keep looking at it throughout this stream, and I keep going, is it all the way down? Isn't it? Like, what? Something doesn't look right, and I just think it's not. Ooh, come on. There we go. Nope. There we go. Now it's nice and in there. Now it doesn't have to bother me anymore. So next steps, I do need to keep going with this wiring. I need to stop getting distracted by all these side projects, such as all these cameras and stuff like that. I hope people like the new kind of thank you roll that I have. It allows me to kind of, keep going and just, play the members list. I do appreciate, what having the memberships is able to provide me. And I do hope once I get trains running, people will join me and log in and check out all of the, various things that I have going on. So this year, from now until the end of this year, we are going to be on Tuesday nights. We are not switching to Wednesday until January, but we are going to switch to Wednesdays at 9 p.m. in January. I hope everyone is able to join me when we go over there. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about